Wake up, everyone. It's the first of the month. It is Thursday, June 1st, 2023. You heard that right. We are in June. We are halfway through the year. Um, Time is just flying by. I guess time really does fly by when you're having fun, as the old Janet Jackson song would say. But welcome to News in Motion. Good morning. If you are watching this live, if you are watching the replay, good afternoon, good evening. Uh, I would say good night, but good morning, good moon rising. If that's another synonym for good night, I don't know. But it is Thursday. It's our Friday Eve. You already know we about to have so much fun here today. We got Miss Gail Dudley, of course. We have Kenny Stanley with Game Over. We have our youth ambassador, Miss Lexi Williams, who will be bringing her special report and, of course, her national days. And, of course, we also have another report by yours truly about summer activities, some stuff you could do during the summer, because it's going to be hot outside and you don't want to be stuck inside the house, with the AC blasting and all that. That just doesn't really sound fun. So, as y'all coming into the room through YouTube, Facebook, also for our LinkedIn and audio and podcast listeners, we want to say thank y'all for turning those dials to your favorite station, Hot 97. Let's go have some news in motion, y'all.
What's up, everyone? What's up? As Isaiah said, this is our Thursday, our Friday Eve. I was going to say Thursday evening, but this is Thursday. And I just like to call it my Friday. But we're so happy that you are here joining us today. I have a question for all of you. What did you take from yesterday's segment? Because if you ask me, my favorite word here, it was straight fire. If you have not had an opportunity to look at catch the replay of yesterday's segment, I'm begging you to do so. And I want us to remember what State Representative Lauren McNally said to us. She gave us two call to actions. The first one was to contact, to have a conversation with our neighbor, to share the information. And number two was to go through, instead of going scrolling Facebook and Instagram and all that when we wake up, to take time to scroll your local state website, just to see what may be on the docket to be voted on. So these are two things we must do. So please put in the chat if you are tuning in live. Let us know, did you like that content? Would you like to see more of that on News in Motion, so that we have the information coming from state representatives or Congress people or commissioners or attorneys, whatnot, because we're here to make sure you are informed. Y'all, today is Thursday. It's Thursday, June the 1st, 2023. I am your host, Gail Dudley, and it is time for News in Motion. Hello, June, shall I say it that way? I see you, Fred Jones, Kenny Stanley, Shirley Nicholson, Deborah Johnson, Felicia Williams, Adrian is coming in on YouTube, Jeffrey Allen James is coming in on YouTube. He says, good morning to chat and great weekend to Gail and crew. Thank you. Deborah Sneed is in here. Dr. Antoinette's in here. Marion Jackson's in here. What's up, Davia? I need to run around there one day soon. Just to see you and hug you. Regina Shorts, Latrice Jones is in the room. Let's see what else. Lori Wallace, Kim Edmondson is in the room. I'm trying to pull all of y'all up here. Davia says she watched the replay. It was informative and practical. It was so, I enjoyed everything about even her office, and they were sending me emails afterwards with more information, and I broke down crying. I have to be honest with you. I'm like, we're doing this to our children. There's something that has to change with this. And why did it move through the House so quickly, and then the Senate, and what they were about to sign this? And we have to raise our voices and shut that down. So thank you, Davia, for watching that replay. So y'all, today is June 1st. It starts Pride Month. But I'm saddened to say it's already coming with a lot of backlash, a lot of um, nastiness. We have brands like Target and Bud Light that have already come under right wing attack for promotions, aligning them with the LGBTQ community. Organizers in a number of towns in Florida have also canceled their pride events, citing a climate of fear after Ron DeSantis recently um, signing of the anti-LGBTQ laws. Now, y'all, I'm going to make a statement, but please, just let me get through the statement completely before you judge what I'm going to say. The Associated Press has reported that despite Ron DeSantis and Florida lawmakers' champion of their anti-LGBTQ plus laws, many of the gay days, what they're calling gay days organizers, are still encouraging visitors from around the world to come to Florida's largest gay and lesbian celebrations. So here's where I might get pushed back out, but I have a real question here. And my question is, why give Florida your money? Why give them your money, hotel money, Uber money, food money, transportation money, etc.? Why take your money, your hard-earned dollars, to go somewhere to send a message? And I get your message, but can that message be sent in another way, another direction? And I want to hear from you all, the viewers and listeners, to see if you think I'm wrong in my stance. I'm like, don't give Florida your money. If they're going to treat you that way, if they're going to come out against you and have these bills that have been signed into law, why would you go and give them your money? And that's a real question, y'all. That's a real question. Again, don't hate me for asking, but I just want to know what that looks like for you and how you feel about it. Even yesterday, when Representative McNally was giving us information, we were discussing the fact that why would we go if we know that these companies are coming out and they're wanting to hire these children, and they want to see this bill pass? If we know who they are, why would we continue to support them? I think that's the difference with today in 2023 and in the 50s and 60s, like 1950s, 1940s, 50s and 60s, where they were like, no, we're not going to do this. We're going to take a stand. We're going to go against it. So I really want to hear your thoughts. Dr. Antoinette said, until the NAACP lifts the travel order, I'm not going. Okay. And I understand some of you live there. I got it. I understand some of you live there. Some of you have Airbnbs or your second home there. I get it. I understand. Kim Edmondson says, that's a great question. Don't give them your money. Good morning, Virgie Banks. Good morning. Y'all, let's just pause for a moment. I see Dr. Annette Jackson coming in here. Y'all remember the passing of her husband. I believe the funeral is coming up soon. Let's continue to send her our love, our prayers, and our support. And Dr. Annette, if there's anything you need this News in Motion family to do, please let us know. We are definitely here for you. I'm glad to see you in here this morning. Good morning to you, Karen, as well. So that's my stance on that. Fred said withholding money will have a much bigger impact because at the end of the day, it all comes back to the money. Yeah, you're right. Marion says, I agree with you. The only reason I go to Florida is to see my mom and stay with my brother. Yeah, I see. And you're welcome. You're welcome in that. You're absolutely welcome. So, y'all, brands that are dealing with the controversies that are happening right now, with today being the start of Pride Month, Target, they moved things to the back of their store because how the employees were being treated, and even that is bothersome to me. So we have to come to the back of the store to look and see what you have and to make purchase. But I also understand you don't want your employees to be harassed. The North Face is dealing with a lot of controversies because of their support for Pride Month. Bud Light, Kohl's, Los Angeles Dodgers, and also, believe it or not, you would think Chick-fil-A would be on the other side, but Chick-fil-A is now in the center of the controversies because they have now hired a DEI executive. So now they're starting to push back on them. So a lot that's happening here. But let's just, we all have people in our families and our friendships. I immediately thought about several of my friends and family members. I'm like, I'm standing with you. What do you need me to do? How do you need me to voice my support? Not just during the month of June, but ongoing. How do we stand with you? So let's continue to have this conversation all month. Also, I didn't forget, we are celebrating men all month of June right here on News in Motion. It was a promise that I made back in March. So we're going to be doing that. So stay tuned for what's going to be happening next week with making sure we celebrate our men. The other thing I want to share with you all, I talk about Deborah Johnson a lot. This is a card she sent me. Um, Her cards are phenomenal. Okay, forget Hallmark. Go to Deborah Johnson. I don't know if she has a name for her card company or what. Um, she and the inside is blank where she wrote me a note, and then her outside, her back is where she signs it as well. Y'all, Deborah makes some amazing cards. She has contracts for cards to where people are ordering cards. Companies are ordering cards. So, Deborah, I know you're on here. Please post how people can reach out to you to get your cards. Y'all, graduations, weddings, Father's Days coming up, birthdays, anniversaries, the holidays for, this is June. Christmas will be here, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa will be here sooner than later. So, y'all, let's support this not only female business owner, but Black female business owner and one of our own. And don't miss her podcast on Mondays, 5 o'clock, DJ Right from the Heart. That's WRITE from the Heart. Great information, great information. All right, with that, I'm going to bring in Kenny real quick, who's going to give us some news, and then I'm coming back with more news, and then you'll hear from our high school ambassador, Lexi and Isaiah. So come on in here.
What's happening?
What's happening?
It's the weekend.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
All right, take it away. Take it away.
All right. News in Motion family, good morning. Welcome to Game Over with me, Kenny Stanley. Hey, it starts tonight. NBA Finals kicks off at 8:30 on ABC. The Miami Heat will face off with the Denver Nuggets in the best-of-7 series for the NBA championship. Can the Heat solve the riddle that is called the Denver Nuggets, who are loaded from top to bottom, or will the Nuggets continue their dominance they've shown throughout the playoffs? Many people have said they don't want to see the playoffs, they don't want to see this because of the matchup and the teams that they are used to seeing in the finals are not there. Me myself, I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. I want to see if Miami continue their run from a playing team in playing games to get the AC all the way to the championship finals. I want to see what Miami can do. I said I wasn't going to pick a team, but as you can tell from what I'm saying, let's go Heat. I'm going with Miami. All right. Former Phoenix Suns head coach Monty Williams, who was fired 2 weeks ago by Phoenix, he secured the bag, everybody. He is now Detroit's new head coach after signing a 6-year, $78.5 million deal to be their coach. He secured the bag. That man is getting ready to get paid. Hey, and also, you hockey fans out there, the National Hockey League's finals, the NHL finals starts on Saturday. It kicks off at 8 o'clock on TNT. It features the Florida Panthers. They take the ice against the Vegas Golden Knights. I have never heard of the Vegas Golden Knights. I don't know where this team came from, but I guess that's what expansion does. Hey, that's sports. I'm going to see y'all on Saturday. I'm going to get back to Gail so she can give us some more outstanding news. Y'all have a great weekend.
Thank you. We can tune in to Kenny with Game Over at 6:30 on Saturday.
On Saturday.
I'm trying to remember these days. Thank you so much, Kenny. Thank you.
Thank you. Y'all have a good one.
You too. I want to go back to what I was talking about because I'm seeing some of the comments. And thank you so much, Davia, for posting that in the chat. She says, I wrestled with this. We're talking about Florida. as I have property in Florida, and I'm still waiting to get to that property. But anyway, she goes on and says, I feel it's important that as a Black person, it's important that I have valuable oceanfront property. And I agree with you. She goes on and says, but my taxes go to that racist government. And that's the hard part because, and that's where I'm like in this catch 22. And so even with, I'm thinking, man, y'all know what just happened. But you're going, and I'm talking, they're bringing a lot of people to Florida for Pride Month, the Gay Days organizers. There's so much going on, and we do have to weigh in. What's the best way to respond for this particular gathering? I'm like, that's a whole lot of money y'all taking in there on tourism. So is that worth it? And that's where you have to take a stand. You have to make that decision. And then she also says, I also have concerns that those most negatively affected by a ban are Black workers in the hospitality industry. And we have that part as well. Same thing that's going on when there's a great lead in to talk about this debt deal. So the House on yesterday voted overwhelmingly to approve the agreement struck by President Joe Biden and Speaker Kevin McCarthy to suspend the debt ceiling and avoid a catastrophic default on the nation's debt. Now, it is now headed to the Senate. Chuck Schumer is saying he needs this signed by Friday, but you have people in the Senate who's going to showboat and say, not so fast here, dude, not so fast. The thing has to be signed by Monday. So that's going to be interesting. So they got a 314 to 117 bipartisan vote for passage of the 99-page bill. And there was 149 GOP joining 165 Democrats. Now, what did we lose? I want us to think about this. That student loan debt forgiveness that I shared with all of you all, that's going down. That's going down. SNAP is another one. And for me, I'm still waiting for voting rights. So where are we doing with this? What are we doing with this? I want to bring in Isaiah and Lexi, and I want to hear a young people's perspective on this, and I'll come right back. Come on in here, you two. I'm gonna let you two have a conversation on that. So, what are your thoughts? And then I'll be right back as I'm listening to you.
Auntie just threw us right in the fire. Alex, I think you're muted. Oh, okay. She not. Okay. Okay. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take Lexi out, give her, let her work her technical difficulties. But good morning, everyone. My thoughts on that, actually on everything. I've tuned in yesterday about the child labor laws, and just to hear the different companies, that support that, to hear McDonald's and other major corporations support that. That's what's really been stuck in with me, these last few 24 hours. It's just mind-boggling.
Yeah.
To find out that so many corporations are in support of this, and it made me think back actually to a Disney movie. It made me think about Peter Pan. I believe it's either Peter Pan or Pinocchio, one of those two movies. But it actually talked about child labor, but it was in a discreet way. And it was a aha moment for me. So it's scary, but it's also a reminder that we need to always be on the lookout for our children. Always. And always, don't I wouldn't say, don't I want to say hover over them, but just check in with them. It's important to check in with your children, and also make sure that they're spending time with not only you, but they're also spending time with people their age, and they're experiencing life. But to be at labor at such a young age, that can take a toll on them in the long term.
Yeah, so even when we're looking at this, y'all know I love to just bring them in at times, and we'll get to Lexi in a moment. But the reason I did this is because we need to pay attention now. I share with you all on Tuesday what would be the change that would take place with the student loan debt forgiveness, and but yet they want to have these child labor laws. So we're going to be in debt. You want to use us to give us our children to work, so that you're not paying living wages to adults. You can get away with minimum wage or even different wages for that, for young people to work. But yet that's one thing that you're taking away. We lost the student loan debt forgiveness. Now they're trying to come in another way, but I'm tired of the talk. And thank you, Isaiah, for sharing what you shared. I'm tired of the talk. And last night, when I was going through everything and I looked back at SNAP, so if you're 54 years old, 24 and under, we don't have to worry about. But if you're 54 years old, you have to participate in an 80-hour per month program to continue to receive SNAP benefits. So if I have to do that, and let's say I have a job. I want y'all to follow me just for a moment. Let's say I have a job. Well, 80 hours of that, I have to be a part of the program to still receive the benefits. But if the job is not paying the bills, I still need the program. Y'all following me? So now you're saying I'm only going to be able to work 80 hours because the other 80 hours are going to the program. Make that make sense.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense. And even
doesn't.
with that, Isaiah, you and I talked about this with healthcare. So if I'm now working part-time, I don't get the healthcare benefits.
No.
Because I don't have the full time there. So y'all, this is where, thank you, Isaiah. I'll bring you back in a moment. Yeah, this is where we still have to have these conversations. And we have to, I agree with State Representative McNally. We have to have these conversations with our neighbors to let them know what's happening and where we are. And again, I'm still waiting for voting rights. I want to hear you all in the chat. And I saw you, Fred Jones, wanting to know my pick for NBA Finals. I don't have one. I honestly don't have one. Latrice Jones says 80 hours a month is a part-time job. You're absolutely correct. That's a part-time job, which means they don't get the benefits at all. And let me also share this with you all. If this is going to do anything for you. Former Vice President Mike Pence is preparing to announce his 2024 presidential bid next week. So put that in the mix. I'm going to make this statement. If you are a supporter of President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris, that's going to be a hard hill to climb for 2024. You gave up a lot. I understand compromise, but what you gave up really hits those of us who are marginalized and in the Black and brown community. But yet you want our ongoing votes and support. And I think I feel that sometimes different parties lean on the Black and brown community and they keep giving us that spin, thinking, well, if the former guy is in office, they're going to come our way. Don't be so sure. I just want to say that here on this digital platform. No, I won't ever vote for the former guy, but I may just put in or write in someone else because I'm in the middle here. And again, y'all can hate me if you want to, but I'm looking at 2024 as being a crucial voting time. And I would say to the Democratic Party to strengthen your message, whatever message that is, and follow through on that. Yes, more of you voted. The Republicans end up voting with the Democrats. The Democrats carried this vote in the House on yesterday. And yes, I get that it's a compromising. Yes, I get that y'all were supporting the White House administration. And yes, I get that you have to fall in line. I get all that. I know the whip was in there whipping up votes. I get all of that. But what about the constituents? Where's the follow through on several things? And y'all, that's how we need to start voting. I know this is not the norm. But that's how we have to start voting. Y'all know I will push back on the whole down ballot voting, which I've done the past 2 years, the past 2 votes. I'm being honest and transparent here. I've done that on purpose. But now it's like, who am I voting for to put into office and why? I think that's a maturity when it comes to voter education, that we really consider what's happening, because we voted a lot of you in here on the understanding that we were going to get voting rights. We don't have that. We were getting the understanding of student loans and decreasing that cost and looking at the lenders who are ripping us off. Now that's what we're going to do there. Y'all tied our hands on that. If you did not listen to Tuesday's segment, I would encourage you to do that, because I read from the 99 pages. I have it and I read the whole thing, and we should be very concerned. From those 99 pages, I read, and page 60 and page 67 will be an eye opener for you. And you can get it. It's out there. I think we even put the link in the chat on Tuesday. I know that the NAACP had put out a call yesterday. They were sending out emails telling us to call our representatives and tell them not to vote for that bill because Black and brown people were not considered in that bill. I see their stance on that. And I know this is the United States of America. It includes all people, but there's a lot of us who are in the middle and we're suffering. And I just really wanted to make sure I put that out there. Before I turn it over to the young people, Fred Jones says capitalism at its best. Sosa, what's happening back to you? Kenny Stanley said, I realized a long time ago, and this debt ceiling bill is proving it on both sides. Republican and Democrat really don't care about the people, Black people, until they want our vote. Fred Jones says, exactly, Kenny. Marion Jackson, I absolutely agree. They're talking with Kenny. Good morning to you, Judy Neal. So y'all, a lot to unpack here. Next week, we're going to zone in on this whole student loan piece. I have somebody who's going to help us out with that, because we need to pay attention to some of these things. Also, let's talk about the banking of the 529 for student savings, educational savings accounts. There's a lot that's going on. And just like this whole piece on the on child labor law, AP reports that Amazon agreed on yesterday to pay $25 million in civil penalty to settle a Federal Trade Commission allegation that it violated, listen to this, y'all, a child's privacy law and deceived parents by keeping for years kids' voices and location data recorded by the Alexa voice assistants. That happened. And then CNBC reports that the e-commerce giant has agreed to shell out more, like an additional $5.8 million to resolve claims to let its employees and contractors access footage from Ring doorbell cameras. And then again, on top of that, $25 million because of the improperly rechained information from children. Y'all, we have to protect our children. With that, I know Lexi has a report that she's going to share with all of you. Once I bring on Lexi and Isaiah, please support them. I'll be back on Monday. So come on in here, Lexi, and talk about your reporting on this child labor law, because we need to hear from you, the young people, what your stance is, how you feel, and so forth. So glad to see you back.
Thanks. Good to be here. It's good to be here. But thank you so much for the opportunity. Always. I love doing it.
Always. All right, take it away.
Yes. So good morning, everyone. Welcome to the second half. Well, I shouldn't say that, but the second half of the year. We're almost there. June is coming up. Hi, Geminis. But, we're in the second half of the year. We're on our way there. So how many goals have you accomplished this year? Hi, everyone. I'm Lexi Williams. Hey, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn. I'm your high school ambassador, as you all know. Of course, thank you to Auntie Gail and the wonderful team behind News in Motion, as always. But today, we're going to go to the truth from the youth, expanding on child labor laws. This comes from PBS NewsHour and our News in Motion episode on May 31st. So what we know from yesterday. Lawmakers within several states are accepting and now making legislation to allow children as young as 14 years old to work in hazardous conditions such as serving alcohol in bars. Wisconsin, Ohio, our state of Ohio, and Iowa are looking into fix worker shortages. So how hard is it to find a job being a teen, and how does this affect you and me? So what the current child labor law prohibits, according to worker.gov, generally prohibits the employment of minors in non-agricultural occupations under the age of 14. It restricts the hours and types of work that can be performed by minors under 16 and prohibits the employment of minors under the age of 18 in any hazardous occupation and different child labor law standards. From PBS NewsHour, lawmakers propose loosening child labor laws in at least 10 states over the past 2 years, according to a report published last month by the left-leaning Economic Policy Institute. Some bills became law, and others were withdrawn or vetoed. So 2 things you can do from State Representative McNally, and one thing I say you should do, is share the information, take the time to look at your local state website, and of course from me, use your voice. So my thoughts. I tried to think from both sides, the side of the lawmaker and the side of the child. Of course, I can relate because I am a child. Yes, I know. But through research, I tried to see both sides. So tell me what you think as we go along. Seeing the child song, what was going through their heads when they thought putting 13 and 14-year-old children in bars with grown men and grown women? Do they want to put these kids in dangerous situations? Immigration, AI systems, social media, mental health, voting rights, racism, poverty, crime, inflation. I mean, the list goes on. What about those problems? Why was putting young children in dangerous situations out at the forefront? Now, from a lawmaker's side, I tried seeing why they would need this. The decrease in the workforce all started in 2020 with COVID-19. From there, it became harder for companies to stay open, either decreasing pay or completely closing down for good, or even finding a way to open through the constant lockdown. With COVID still here, but at rest, stay safe, people have become comfortable not working, living off of government checks, or finding a way they can make it through their day-to-day lives. From psychologytoday.com, generally, when you don't want to go to work, the underlying reasons lie within a few categories. Watch this. Work, home, health, and expectations. Each of these factors could be contributing to feeling like you don't want to work anymore. You don't want to go to work because of the work environment. Children that young shouldn't have to worry about a job unless they choose to babysit or their family situation is different. I know it's rough on the economy and a lot of other things, but we have to think about what Auntie Gail said yesterday. Did you even think from a child's perspective? Or were you worried about the money? We need to protect our children, not put them in the forefront of violence. There is enough violence and pain in the world. I don't want to wake up to see the news reporting a 13-year-old child abused or hurt in any way, shape, or form, all because of the change in child labor laws. What has this world come to? To wrap this up, to protect your children, godchildren, nieces, nephews, my friends, and family, you have to be the change you want to see in the world. So, the part you've all been waiting for, the national days, there's a lot, so stay with me. Isaiah is going to have to comment on like every single one I have to say. Today is Dare Day. Today is National Billboard Day. National Go Barefoot Day. Pause. Don't do it, boo. Don't do it. National Hazelnut Cake Day. National Moonshine Day. National Nail Polish Day. National Olive Day. National Roman Day. Shout out to all the Romans in the world. Woo, woo, woo. It's your day. Say something nice day. You look cute today. Okay. And then National Skincare Education. I'm working on it. Okay. Take care of yourself. Self-care is for real. National Oscar the Grouch Day from Sesame Street. We all remember him. Little Muppet. We love a good Oscar. We love a good Oscar. Then National Stand for the Children Day. National Wear a Dress Day. Shout out to all our dress wearers out there. Summertime is here. Get your legs out. Suntans. National CPR and AED Day. Now, you can get a CPR certification from the Red Cross. Highly recommend you do it because you never think it's you until it's you and that you need to save a life. National Step Parents Week. Woo, woo, woo. Now, my favorite, because I'm a music person, National African American Music Appreciation Month. Okay. The New Year's Recommitment Day. So if you had New Year's plans at the beginning of the year and it didn't go so well, it's okay. We support you. We have a whole day here for you to recommit to all of your goals. Hopefully you didn't give up on them. But Isaiah, you can come on in here and comment on like all of that. That was a lot.
Yeah, that was a lot. Like the National Barefoot Day. Word of advice: don't do that unless if you ain't get a mani done, don't do it. If you ain't get a pedicure, don't do it. Please,
It's nail polish day, so get your toes done.
Yeah. You know, fellas, there's nothing wrong with getting that clear polish sometimes.
Nothing wrong with it.
Nothing wrong with that at all. National Moonshine Day. I know that's real popular down in Tennessee. I know that's popular down in Tennessee. The Moonshine Day. I know that for a fact. You said National Hazelnut Cake too. I never heard of that. Listen, and dress day. Like,
yep, National Dress Day. And now that I think about it, it's a good idea, ladies, to take your fellas out, for a little mani-pedi or self-care because we're celebrating our men this month. There you go. Look what I did for you. Look what I did.
I see. And then the skincare. It's
skincare day. Skincare.
It's good to have that skin routine. Day or night. Get you an exfoliator, a moisturizer, a cleanser.
And a cleanser. Yes, all of the things. The 12-step process into taking care of skin. Yes.
All I gotta do is just splash water on my face, and I'm good. So
let's not talk about it because I can get mad at y'all for that. Let's leave it alone. Leave it alone.
It's really not like just maybe a splash. Maybe I'll do like a little ice cube on the face, for the acne or whatnot. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, but
you need to stop saying. You need to stop saying. You need to stop.
But I did hear you say, today's also Say Something Nice Day. So Lexi, I just want to say I love your hoop earrings. Your hair looks nice, and I love the floral jacket. It really brings out the summer vibe. So you look amazing, little sis. And to Auntie Gail, I love your curls. Your hair is just blooming.
I try my best here. Thank you.
Oh no, that was for Miss Gail W. You too. You too though. You too.
See, Auntie, it's okay. I love you too, Auntie. I'm not taking all the credit here. It's okay.
Yeah. It's all good. It's all good. See. We reciprocate the love around here.
We reciprocate it here. Come on. Yeah.
But well, I got a quick question for you though. What's your plans for the summer?
Oh God. I mean,
you plan on
a
going
little bit
anywhere?
Vacationing, just staying busy all the time, doing leadership things, all that good stuff,
leadership
out
things.
in the sun.
Out there, yeah, listen, because it has been hot in Ohio, y'all. Like it is like I went outside the other day. I felt like I almost melted. Like I had on a tank top and shorts. Like
this chocolate can't melt today. No, it won't.
It can't. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. Is this what Martin Luther King walked in? Is this the heat that he walked in them suits?
He fought real hard. He fought real hard.
He really did fight for the dream.
My God, on today.
But some activities that we can do for all of us this summer, beat the heat. Find, get an AC. Get you your nice refreshment, whether it be a slushy, ice cream, whatever it is. Try to beat the heat. Have a water fight. Grab all your nieces, your nephews, your cousins, Day and them, as Lexi like to say. Have a water balloon fight. I know all the fellas, it may be a little too hot, but throw something on the grill. You know how we did it. Like, oh, it's nice outside. I might throw something on the grill later, just to celebrate, the sunshine and whatnot. Also, you can go to an amusement park. That's something I'm looking forward to this summer. I love going to amusement parks with my friends, especially my friend Cedric. He's real enthusiastic about roller coasters. He will literally name all the stats. So go to an amusement park, your Kings Islands, your Cedar Points. They are having a deal right now where it is, I believe, $40 a person over at Cedar Point. So that would be something to do there. Plus, with the wind, the higher the roller coaster, the more wind you catch. That can help cool you down when you're on the rides and stuff. Also, you can go camping, go on a hiking trail. make some s'mores at the campfire. Oh, Lexi, did you have something?
Yeah, don't act like them roller coasters give you no win. You know good and well it's gonna give you a stomach ache waiting for you to happen right after you get off that roller coaster. Don't do that. Don't
Wait,
commit
wait a minute.
people.
It all depends on the roller coaster. Because
It
if you
all
go on
depends
the
on the roller
loop-de-loop,
coaster,
then
Monty.
that's your fault.
Mm-mm.
If you go on the loop-de-loop, that's kind of your fault. But if you go on something that just has like a drop or something, or and hold up, this factors in too. Did you eat anything prior to before getting onto the ride? If so, you know, you know the rule. You know the roller coaster
No,
rule.
whether I
You know.
ate or whether I did not eat, I still find myself catching a little something after the fact.
Mm,
Okay. So for
mm.
those of us who are like me, it's okay. I stand up for y'all. For those who like to think, there's
We
wind. It's not just a breeze. I'm catching myself with a full Holy Ghost scream coming down that
a
hill.
Holy Ghost
It's
scream.
Yeah, one of them.
A Holy Ghost
Holy
scream.
scream.
That's funny. You gonna have to copyright that or something. A Holy Ghost
Sure.
scream. But you know, also, well, you might just have an iron stomach. So it happens to the best of us. It does. There has been a few times where my eyes have teared up on a roller coaster. It's fine. It happens. It happens.
It's more than just teardrops.
But also this summer, I know I'm gonna be roasting some s'mores on the campfire. It's just something hits different about a s'more on a campfire. When you slowly turn that marshmallow and you get it just hot to where it just melts the chocolate, and when you press down and you put it all together, you shake it over. Oh, go ahead, Lexi. Did you have something?
Do you like to burn your s'mores or no? Don't tell me you're a burning marshmallow.
No, wait. Now this is how I like my s'mores, right? I mean, this is how I like my marshmallow. I like it slightly toasted. So I need each side like a little bit burnt. I will have one side burnt. I like to have that crisp to it. But no, I just need it just ever so slightly. You want to turn it ever so slightly here's my tip for the perfect s'more. You grate your marshmallow, right? You put it on, your stick, whatever. You go by the fire. I would probably say every minute you turn it. So 1 minute go by, you turn it, 180. Another minute, another 180, and then it's perfect on all sides. It's literally perfect, y'all.
I guess one last thing. I know I did hear on the radio, the Cincinnati Music Festival was happening, I think, in July. So check that out if you're a music person. But that's stuff to do in the summer.
All right. So that's just some fun activities that we can all do this summer. And also stay safe, y'all. For anybody who may be attending any Pride activities, please stay safe. But also have fun. This is really the time of the year where people, especially young folks, they tend to have a lot of fun at pool parties and stuff like that. So, like I said before, just be sure to check in with your young person. And now it is time for the inspirational message. I really didn't have a title, but it's just be aware. Just be aware of everything that is going on right now in the world, and to also, stay close not only to your family but to God. So that's kind of like my inspirational message for today, is to be aware and to remain faithful. It's kind of like a two-part. Especially with last month being mental health awareness month. I know a lot of people, especially in our age group, they struggled with mental health. What the dog doing? We got a special guest appearance by Lexi's dog. But back to the inspirational message. I know a lot of people who are struggling with mental health awareness or mental illness. It's a process, but it's also a test of your faithfulness. So just be faithful, remain faithful to God, and also be aware of everything that is going on. Be aware of your surroundings. Please be aware of your surroundings at all times. Lexi, if you want to chip in.
Yeah, I think that's a good one for today. So You said be aware, so I would say just not even in the physical form, but in the emotional form, be aware. Like, be aware of your mental health space, be aware of your physical space, of people you put yourself around. Are they helping? Are they hurting the mental space that you're going through, or your relationship with God? Are they helping you elevate, or are they putting you at the same space that you were for the past 5 years? Because you sitting here in the same cycle. You got to be careful with that, right? I'm not going to preach a word. I'm going to be careful. But yeah, just be aware, right? Just be faithful, remain faithful, because the energy you put out is the energy you're going to receive back at you, right? You reap what you sow from the Bible, okay? Let's be careful here. So yeah, but remain faithful and be aware. Be aware of your feelings, and like, it's okay to have feelings, especially for our males out there, right? It's okay to have feelings. It's okay to like be sad, and you don't always have to be strong and all that good stuff that they be trying to say in society and society standards. You don't have to worry about that. Just be okay with being yourself, right? So be aware of what you have going on around you. Just everything that you like to do, that's okay to do that. Be yourself and be aware.
Yep. So that was our Friday Eve. It's the first of the month, y'all. Happy June. Lexi, thank you for your special report and the national days. I love it when you do your national days. To Miss Gail Deli, thank you for all you do. To Kenny Stanley, thank you for all that you do. Also, let's go Miami Heat. Jimmy Buckets, we need you to get that ring, buddy. Listen, I've been a big Jimmy Butler fan since Chicago. It's time to get that ring, my guys. So with that being said, we love y'all. Y'all have a safe weekend, and we will see y'all next week on Monday. Y'all know what we do here. Stay well and make some bold moves.
News